Uranium in drinking water, human health effects. Today we're looking at epidemiology. Uranium is a radioactive heavy metal commonly present in the environment, and little is known about the health effects of the chronic low-level exposure to uranium. Apart from evidence that uranium exposure in drinking water at levels above 300 micrograms per liter may lead to renal damage. And the measurement of uranium levels as part of groundwater survey of Republic of Ireland demonstrated high levels of uranium in small amount of water supplies in late 2002. Now, most of those were in private supplies. However, one was in a well supplying water to a third of the population in a small town. Now, you might think, oh, okay, well, that might be in Europe. Is that a problem? That can still be an issue anywhere in the world, especially in the U.S., as it can be a problem in well water. The supply was disconnected and alternative supplies arranged. It was decided to carry out an epidemiological investigation in the town, and the design was chosen as a cross-sectional study. 3 water supply zones were identified in the town, and Zone A had been supplied by well water from 1989 to 2002. Zone B had been supplied from the well water 1989 to 1995. Zone C had never been supplied by the well. Uranium levels in the water in Zone A range from 120 to 140 micrograms per liter, and uranium in the water from Zone B and Zone C were below 5 micrograms per liter. All households from Area A and 75 households for each from Areas B and C were invited to take part in a screening clinic. Written and conformed consent was secured. Participants completed a questionnaire and had a height, weight, and blood pressure measured. Spot urine samples were secured from all participants, and blood was taken for those aged 10 and over. Blood was tested for urine and creatine, and urinary dipstick testing was done for glucose, protein, blood nitrate, lidocates, bilirubin, and urine was tested for microalbumin, for beta-2 microglobuline, B2M, retinol binding protein, RBM, and collagen. And the latter are markers of microtubular damage. Abnormal results were followed up in renal clinic. A total of 559 people participated, 334 people from 108 households in Area A, and 123 from 52 households in Area B, 100 people from 46 households in Area C, and the RBP was in detectable levels in all but 2 people, and the B2M was above detectable levels in only 22 people, but there was no evidence for a difference between the 3 groups. The CIV levels are harder to interpret, as no norm exists, but no renal abnormalities consistent with uranium toxicity were found. So this is a very interesting experiment. There are some significant human health effects with uranium in drinking water. And just because this was done particularly in Ireland doesn't mean it can't affect you in the United States. That's why it's always a good idea to periodically test your water for high levels of uranium.